It's another second shift evening at the castle. Let's go take a look at what we're going to try to accomplish tonight. All right, so previously on NYA Millennial, if we were acting like a movie set, you guys remember, yes, I know there's videos in between, but we got this platform finished off. We got these stringers and treads finished off, tied into those stringers and treads. We've got one board to put on up there. Not concerned about that at this point. And we also got our exterior gable end with a window framed up. Tonight's goal, I hate saying it, every time I do I jinx myself, but tonight's goal is to get this exterior wall framed up into a header, tied into that wall, and do a second mirror image, if you will, of the same thing on this side here, so that the next step, we can start getting some rafters on and get this thing decked and under roof. So hopefully by the end of tonight, we've got both walls framed up. That's a big hope. Blister's gonna show up here shortly. Currently, we're gonna try to get the last 4 pieces of plywood on. This piece, this strip, that piece, that strip. Get the bottom plates down, get our 16-inch centers marked both sides, and start to confirm our headers. So I did not notch the headers in. I brought my laser today so I can check the elevation of that gable end, which is poured in ICF, and I can bring that same level over here, get us a mark, and get ourselves notched in for our headers. So let's get this started. All right, we got our plywood pieces on to cap all that off. Next step is get this bottom plate on. But we've got to make sure on this back side that we are plumb straight down. This wall is going to attach to that bump out wall. So Eric's going to use a short 2x4 he's got back there, hold the level on the side of it so he can hit this 2x4 here, which is what this wall goes up against. And he'll plumb that down, make sure we're good and plumb, and I'll line up this edge here to make sure we're flush with this face so the finish Go straight up the wall. You ready? Gonna throw you guys over here in the window. Hopefully you guys can see everything there. Need to go towards the upriver side there. You make it where you want it, and then I'll nail it off out here.
There.
Like that? Okay, we'll nail that off the rest of the way, all the way across. Before Blister gets here, we're gonna get our 2 string lines up and this other bottom plate on as well. So once Blister does get here, we're going framing gusto. Crazy, crazy framing. Get her done. That's the goal. Blister is here.
You talking to me?
I'm talking about you. I asked you to come help me frame. I didn't ask you to bring rain with you.
Well, damn it.
What are we doing? Oh my God, I'm not kidding you one bit. It was cloudy, but as soon, his real name is Ryan, not Blister. We all know the joke. We all know the joke about Blister, but as soon as he pulled up and walked out of his Jeep and got right up here and I was explaining to him where we are and what the next step is, he said, holy goodness gracious, look at that rain. Yeah, like you can see it. And we're starting to get hit with it. We're hoping it's not gonna last very long because our goal was to get both these walls framed up. But what Ryan is doing right now is establishing our string line that we will utilize for the top of our top plate, which will allow us to measure down and get our 2x4s cut. Great presentation there, Princess.
Yeah.
All right, Eric is down low with the man lift, getting ready to bring up lots of 2x4s. And we may have to call a slight break. Audible, let the rain pass. Hopefully it's not too much. We will throw you guys back on time lapse. Ryan and I are gonna pull some dimensions here, get this second string line up. So we're gonna start with this wall so we can come over with the man lift and not have a wall in between us and the wall we're building. Work smarter, not harder. All right, let's get after it.
I used my first brand.
Okay, the rain has stopped. It is now officially pitch black, but we got our work lights out. We're gonna be wham bam, thank you ma'am. I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse. It's gonna be a lot of time lapse, but we're gonna rock out and get this thing framed out. So,
I'm wearing dark clothes.
what?
It's gonna be a lot of time lapse, and I'm wearing dark clothes. So if you rain,
You may disappear.
yeah, it's camo too.
It's camo and dark.
It just looks like it's wet.
What are we gonna do with this guy? Anyway, We're gonna be framing. Not gonna be worried about talking. We're just framing. Let's go. We are moving right along. We got that wall framed all the way up to the jack studs. Ryan's putting the jack stud, the first jack stud in down there. Nailing it off the king stud. Everything's looking nice and straight. Liking it. You liking it?
I like it.
All right. We're gonna connect this top plate just like we did over there. And then we'll run our double top plate to strap everything together. Run our double top plate. I don't know if we'll make it to the headers tonight, but we can always do those Friday. Put you guys back on time lapse and finish this thing out.
All right, so while Matt is weaseling his way down from way up there, told me to let you guys know that we are going to call it a night, but he's going to do his typical closing. We got our top plate on over here. We've got to get our top plate on across there, but we are just out of daylight, obviously, and
out of daylight, and honestly,
tired.
We framed up this wall a little quicker than we should have. We should have put the other top plate on first.
Yeah, so I don't know if you could hear that or not. Oh, what?
I said that wall, we got done, we got our single top plate on, then we were like, hey, let's get this one done and we'll put our top plates on. But at the very beginning of this video, I said we're gonna do that wall all the way first, so it's not an issue to make it back to it. And lo and behold, we didn't put our second top plate on, and now I can't get back to it. But here we are.
So he's talking about, oh, get skinny. He's talking about our top plate on this wall. So we are part of the way done, but we just didn't quite get our top plate on like we did on that one. We have our mid plate, but we didn't get our top plate. But we're tied into our outside wall there.
Now I know they can hear you.
And ready to go. And we're tied off up there on both sides and ready to go. We just got to finish getting our top plate on that side. But the man, the myth, the legend, the NYA Millennial.
And it's gonna be a pain in the butt to get over there, honestly, with where we're at now. I know you guys can't see my face, but what we're talking about is, you see that double top plate right there. On that side, we only put a single, knowing we were gonna put a double. Smack yourself in the face. And it's just tall enough, you really can't get to it from the steps, but yet it's short enough. It's, yeah, happy medium. Anyway, that's this evening's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I would give you a view. You know what? I can give you a view of a barge coming up the river in the dark. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, like, comment, subscribe. The red light lower is the barge. The red lights up higher is the paper mill across the river.
What are we looking at?
Those red lights were, I told him I could show him a barge to close out the video coming up the river in darkness. So these lights you see coming through the trees here is actually the, I've never understood this, by the way. That's called a tug, but it pushes. Why is that?
Redundancies.
Right?
I mean, I guess it could technically pull.
Yeah. But it, 90% of its life it pushes,
Yeah.
and they call it a tug.
That'll make it. They look way cooler up close in the daylight though.
Oh, absolutely, because they are massive.